What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video here today. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a new game that I've started to play, and I'm going to sort of take you through as almost like a guide into the game and showing you guys how to get set up in the free to play and join my union, and we can build something fantastic. If you guys are enjoying the content on the channel, please show me by leaving a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into the video for today. Yes, that is right, guys. I have set myself up on Lazy Football, and in the video here today I want to show you guys how you can set yourselves up as well. Now don't worry, this is free to play as well, so we can just all have a little bit of fun on a brilliant football management game. You know I love football, so of course I've got involved here, and this game is a little bit different to other football management games because you are sort of building a union and working together to really get to the top. With that being said, you can see on screen I have built my union, so if you guys are new or you haven't played this before, or you have played this before and want to join my union, then of course all the links to all that good stuff will be down below in the description. Of course, when you guys have signed up, it will ask you to enter your email, password, set up your profile, pretty generic stuff. And then once you've done that, you can see this little tab bar on the left, and you can scroll all the way down to the unions page, and you can see there's loads of brilliant unions already set up in this game. However, of course, I would like you guys to join mine, and we can work together to try and get to the top of Lazy Football. That is the goal for today, or in today's video, should I say. And of course, I'm going to show you guys all the best tips and tricks that I've learned so far. Anyway, so of course when you come to the union page, you're going to go to join a union, and you're going to look for my Flindle union. Of course it was a bit different for me because I created the union. Obviously you guys will just try and join a union, and hopefully you'll come and join ours. You can see my team is here, Cam Phoenix. Then I highly recommend, once you guys have joined the union, if you go on over to the market, you can see I have already claimed them, but make sure you guys claim both your daily union pack and your daily pack, because you get some packs to open in here. And I think if you guys use my referral link to sign up, I'm pretty sure you also get additional packs as well to start off with, as well as a welcome pack. So we've got lots of packs to open. Let's get into it. So typically speaking, guys, it's like all football management games, you want to get the best that you can get out of daily packs or welcome packs and all of that good stuff. You can see on screen here, I unfortunately didn't use a referral. Silly mistake. I highly recommend you guys doing so. So it doesn't mean does mean sorry, I don't have a referral pack, unfortunately. However, I'm going to open these on the video with you guys today, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys get, and see if you guys got better than I did for my welcome pack and my daily packs, as you can see here. So, oh, there we go. So again, this brings on to the next point of the game for those of you guys that are just learning it, maybe getting it for the first time today. Essentially, I think it's quite funny actually, it goes with the title, Lazy Football. It is a team of sloths, or footballers that are sloths, which I think is quite funny, quite interesting. I'm yet to proper break down the statistics and how good or bad the players are, and of course we will be learning that throughout the video here today. But we can see we have a Mr. Rich Wine Sloth here, age 21, centre forward, love a good striker, and he looks like he has 311 ability. Now I don't know how good that is yet, of course we will learn that through the video today, and probably through my next couple of packs we will remember 311. Can we beat it? Let's go. We'll start off with our, well, second in line, our union pack. Of course you guys will earn this if you join my union, and we got some lazy dollars. Brilliant. And again, I'll show you guys how to use that later down the line. You can see up the top here we have quite a lot of lazy dollars already, and last but not least, some more lazy dollars. There you go. Alright, let's get on to the next step. On to the next step then, why are these dollars so important? First things first, I do want to obviously state, you can see on screen, once you guys have started your club, you will automatically be entered into the amateur conference, which I assume is the bottom of the pyramid, as you would expect joining a football game. And matches here will always kick off at 4:30. So yeah, pretty much a match every day by the looks of things, which is brilliant fun. And of course we have a calendar and loads of other settings we can dive into. First things first, of course, when you go into your office, you're going to see your beautiful squad. And now this is this is probably what we should have looked at when we were comparing the new guy I just got, because as you can see, he by far is our best player that we have got out of all of the players here, Mr. Rich Wine, as you guys just saw I got in the video there. So let me know in the comments if you guys managed to get a better score than me. 311 centre forward, lovely stuff. And of course he is quite young as well at 21. And the other thing you guys saw me get in that pack was of course the lazy dollars. Now why do we want lazy dollars? Of course that is to upgrade our facilities, and you can see just on the left here I have a level 1 office, a level 1 stadium, a level 1 training centre, a level 1 fitness centre, youth academy, medical centre. So of course we have got a long way to go in upgrading all of these, and I'm really going to be diving into why you want to upgrade each of these, which ones might be the best ones to do, and just overall, of course, you guys know in football, it's pretty self-explanatory why you would want to upgrade your stadium, etc, etc, etc. But I want us to get the absolute best union we can possible. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little look into it and then come back. Yes, guys, I went away and read some more of the Lazypedia to understand the development of the infrastructures inside of the game. You can see here, this is, I recommend this to you guys as well if you're trying to learn stuff. Not only watching this video is going to be great for you, but of course the Lazypedia will probably have what you are looking for. Now, first things first, it does sort of label all of the infrastructures in the game and why they would be good to upgrade, but I'll give you guys a quick rundown. Of course, the office is important, and you do need to upgrade the office before upgrading everything else, because of course this is essentially like your home or whatever. So it's like the hub, the probably one of the most important things, because this is where you manage your club roster settings, finances, and everything to do with the club essentially. So very important, the office. So if you guys are on the page now, you're thinking about upgrading, what you're going to upgrade, obviously office is highly, quite high in that priority list. Moving on, we have the training center. Of course, this is pretty much essential to just improving the players that you have and getting the best out of them. For me as a manager, I always love to do this. Like, I'm always the type of manager that really, I don't mind what I've got, I just want to improve it and make it better or reach the maximum potential out of everybody. So I really like the idea of going for upgrades in the training center as opposed to perhaps scouting, which we'll move on to later. Then we have the fitness center, which is essentially just the recovery from matches, how well they recover. So again, quite a good one to be thinking about upgrading. Then we've got the youth academy. I do like this one as well, and obviously if you're training and youth academy, it kind of goes hand in hand because you want to develop the young talent coming through. So again, if we're upgrading that, that'll be pretty good for development, or essentially getting other players into the first 11 that aren't already there. Then we have the medical center, fairly explanatory. If your players get injured, more likely to do better with the better facilities. And then last but not least, the stadium you can upgrade. Who doesn't like a good stadium? You know what I mean? Hopefully as well, that'll give us a bit of a home advantage if we had a good stadium. So first things first, you can see here is my office level 1. I'm going to attempt to upgrade it, and I will say, guys, you can see here, this is the daily cost or the daily maintenance of running this building. Of course it's level 1 at the minute, so it's not costing too much, but you can see your daily cost of running throughout all of the infrastructures in the game. So make sure you don't go too overboard with it. We don't want to be having too much of a daily maintenance cost, but you can see here, obviously it takes some while for us to get the upgrade, 24 hours to be precise, and then once we've got that upgrade going, we can sort of see how much it has taken of a daily maintenance out of our club, and then look to potentially build elsewhere. Now, the main reason why you would upgrade that office first is of course because you need to upgrade the office before you can, of course, upgrade the other facilities. So if I wanted to do my stadium or my training center, fitness center, whatever it is, the office has to be done first, and that is why it is one of the most important infrastructures in the game. Now, if you guys are quite impatient, you can also, speed up the upgrades of the buildings. Of course, if you guys did not want to wait 24 hours, you could do that by paying 2 gems. Me personally, I'm happy to wait, but you guys can do that. I know it's relatively cheap to do so. I've also been looking at our players' statistics. I will give you guys a quick, breakdown of the statistics and how they work in the game. Once again, if you guys do need any help with it, you can look on the Lazypedia. It gives you an absolutely fantastic breakdown of each individual attribute. You can see defense, self-explanatory, anticipating blocks, opponents attacks and things like that. Headers, aerial ability, passing, again, precision, creativity of the players, pace, obviously, again, acceleration, speed, very generic stuff, and then shooting, how likely they are to score or finish or do well, their composure, that sort of stuff, and ball control, of course, to do with how well they do on the ball. And the goalkeeper stats are a little bit different. We have kick-in, again, to do with distribution, aerial, how well they command the box, anticipation, again, sort of similar to how they read the game or how they're going to affect the game in certain scenarios. Positioning, of course, need to have good positioning for the keepers. Reactions, again, always good, and then their jumping ability, again, very, very important for goalkeepers. And with that being said, you can see as you go into your office and then have a little look at your roster, you can see each individual, of course, is quite unique in the sense of their stats. So you can see here, for example, my player here, Leandro, is a fantastic defender. As you can see, 70 defending. Probably going to be... we actually have someone with even higher, 75. So they might be a fantastic defender, but perhaps, when it comes to shooting, he isn't the best. And of course, that helps us with our tactics and team selections and that sort of stuff, alongside with the energy, the power, and the energy of the player and the power of the player would help dictate whether you want them to play more or less. Of course, that helps with the strategy. With that being said, guys, of course, I did briefly touch upon earlier with the marketplace. We have our daily packs here, and of course, if you guys again were impatient, like you didn't want to wait for the upgrades or whatever, same with the packs. You can, of course, pay for better packs and probably get better players in these packs, and to be honest, they all are relatively cheap. You can even get a welcome pack here for just 1 USD. So speaking upon the currencies in the game, just so you guys know, of course there is gems that you can buy that will help pay for the boosts and stuff like that, and just accelerate the process of construction, training, that sort of stuff. And of course the lazy USD, which we have been discussing throughout this video, of course is used predominantly, and a good way to upgrade buildings, etc, etc. And another thing we did not touch upon, which is something that seems very interesting, is the scouting insights, which can actually be found in packs and that sort of stuff, and not something that is traded on the market, and it can be used to craft players in the game. So again, alongside of course you have your lazy dollars here, as we discussed earlier, we have our scouting insight, which you can use to craft players, which if you really are like me, and as soon as I get 60, there is no doubt I'll just craft tier 6, then it could be quite a fun and interesting way of building up your club and getting some more players in the doors. And speaking of the marketplace, if you're not coming in here to get some obviously daily packs or some beautiful welcome packs down here, you can also purchase players. Of course, as any good football management game, you can buy players on the market. As you can see here, you can come in here and have a little look to see how much better these players are than my current ones at the moment. You can see their price as well, but definitely something to think about for those of you guys that maybe you don't want to buy packs and you just want to scout the market and see if there's any bargains. And of course, your lazy dollars at the beginning will be probably entice you to buy in some of these players to improve your sides, alongside of course the daily packs. And of course, in our marketplace, there is not just players and packs, there is also an NFT section where you can buy some of the beautiful sloth staff in here. And why would we want to do that? Essentially, is so we can get them and then place them into our infrastructures to help the club sort of grow and improve and become better. Speaking of improvements, of course, you can improve your cards pretty much daily here. You can see this is an example of my training center currently, and I have my striker that I got here in the video today, and he is improving his shooting. So what you guys can do pretty much essentially every day is come into the training center, pick the player that you want to improve, and pick the attribute that you want them to improve in. And you can do this for the other centers in the game or the other infrastructures. If you go into the fitness center, of course, this is where you would start to recover their energy after they play a match, which we do need to get into a little bit later on. And then, of course, you can use the same with scouting and that sort of stuff. And, of course, the medical center if any of your players do get injured in the match. So once we've got that squad locked in, we've got all them infrastructures upgrading and our staff, having a little look at our staff and how they could improve our sides. Of course, what is this all for? What is the grand finale? And it is, of course, to be entering into these tournaments and doing the absolute best we can to get rewards back and keep progressing and developing the clubs and trying to reach the pinnacle of lazy football, as it all is in all good football management games. And like I said at the start of the video, the thing that intrigues me the most about playing this is that union and building your union up, because you can also sort of work together to earn collective rewards, and that is what I want to do in my community. I want to see if we can all work together and build a big union and try and help each other get the best rewards possible. And speaking of the best rewards possible, of course that is only possible by winning the matches that we are going to be playing in Lazy Football. And you can see here that we have been entered into the amateur conference, and you guys can find that by looking at the stadium tab. Of course, you guys would have to wait. I think it's just one day until you be entered into the division. And you can see here that we have a match against Loam, which you guys are going to be seeing in the video here today. And I'm going to show you guys my lineup that I have built. Again, when you guys come to do this, quite self-explanatory. You just go on edit lineup or submit a lineup, and then you can enter the players that you deem to be in the best positions or the best place. You can see here we've kind of gone with a 4-4-1-1. I would probably have preferred to play wingers in here, but we just didn't really have players that were good enough for that. If I remove this guy here, it's really easy to just plug these players in as well, guys. You just click where you want them to play, and then it does actually suggest or gives you the performance tab here on the right, so you can tell who is good in that position and not good in that position. You can see here that actually my centre forward is probably the best in this role, but of course we want to use him a bit further up in the field. So yeah, you can pretty much choose whatever formation you want or players to play wherever you like. I did want left wingers, but doesn't really make sense with the players I have at my disposal, because for example this guy is only 164 in left wing. If we look at left mid, then he's instantly in the 200s, so it would make a lot more sense for us to play this sort of more defensive shape for now with the players that we have at our disposal. But yeah, you can also edit, of course, game style. Again, most football managers have things like this. You can actually edit your ticket price, which is quite cool, especially if you're in a lower division. Maybe you want to charge a little bit less for your games. At the moment, I'm just going to put it on 5. I'll be experimenting with this, of course, in the future, as with a lot of the other player instructions and that sort of stuff, or team instructions. You can see pressing intensities are there. I've gone with intense because I want my team to be high up the field, pressing to get that ball back. Same with the defensive line, I've gone very high, which will leave us a bit susceptible to, long balls over the top, but I'm hoping that that isn't the case. I've put close shots for our shot distance as well, because I'm assuming that my strikers are not going to be the best at finishing, so I only want them to take good opportunities or close shots. And then attacking direction, I don't like to be too specific with this stuff, because then I feel like we become a bit predictable later on in the game. So I've just gone with all because I like the variety in the attack. Then, of course, you can pick your captain, your free kicks, corners, and of course, a lot of this will be dictated by their stats, which again, it shows you when you click into each of them. So, super easy to understand, to be honest with you guys, and I'm not going to walk you guys too much through all of this stuff because it is quite self-explanatory. The only thing that maybe might get a bit confusing is when you come to do the substitutes. So the good thing about lazy football is you can do substitutes, and how you would do that is by setting the substitute obviously before the game. You pick the player that you would like. Obviously, it shows you the players that are on your bench. Let's just say we want to bring on the centre mid. Then you would select the player coming off, whoever you want to do. Probably not the goalkeeper. Again, probably a centre mid. Then you select the position that you want them to obviously play, or adopt when they come on the field. And then, of course, you can select the minute that you want to make the sub. And then, even if you wanted to be super specific with the substitutes, you can even do the conditions. So say this substitute will only happen if my team is losing, if my team is winning, etc, etc. I think for me, I will be a bit more broad. I'll just allow the sub to happen no matter what situation. But of course, the longer we go on the journey, the more we'll find out the best strategies for this sort of stuff. Yes, guys, so to round off the video today, I do want to take you through my first ever match on Lazy Football, and I did get in contact with the team, and they gave me a bit more of a breakdown of how the things work and the tournaments and stuff. So I have a bit of a description here to read to you guys, us new users. We're still learning how things work, and you can see here that we are entered into the amateur conference, and if you guys watching this video signed up today, tomorrow, next week, you would also be entered into an amateur conference. And the description that they've given me here is that so the new players would enter the amateur conference and can join the game at any time. There is no need to wait for the new season. Players are promoted from amateur conference to D2, then to D1, and that is pretty much in the off season, and the new season will start in December. So pretty much this is a good practice sort of feel for the game, and obviously I'm going to show you guys me going through my match and then what you would do after the match. Let's go. So first things first, we are in here. It's a bit of a different UI to perhaps what we might be used to, but generally speaking, we have got our side on the left here, which you guys did see, of course, in the past couple of clips here. We have lined up with a 4-4-1-1. Ooh, a foul early on. That's not good. And they have lined up. Oh, is that us scoring? I can't actually tell who just scored. Hopefully, it was the other team. Damn it. Alright, we're 1-0 down. That is not a good start. Now, I did have a quick look at the other team, and they actually did look... Oh my god, they're 2-0 up. Not a good start for our journey. I was going to say, their team actually did look a little bit better than ours, so I wonder if we might struggle in this one. And it's, of course, my first game, so yeah, it looks like they have set up, as you can see just above my camera here, in a 4-4-2, so maybe it's a bit more of a basic system that perhaps will work better at this level, something that we need to test and have a little look out for. Of course, we've set up our subs and all of that, because, oh my god, we are 4-0 down, guys, so we, oh my god, I knew their team was a bit better. Oh, we scored! 4-1, there we go, Gutierrez gets a goal. I was going to say, I know their team was a little bit better than ours, but 4-0 is a bit of a scary one. Hopefully, our substitutes can come in a bit clutch here and help us get some more goals. Come on, the boys. Okay, our substitutes have just... Oh, we scored! I was just about to say, our substitutes just happened, and our player that has just been subbed on... Oh my god, he's going again. Go on. Or our player off the bench has just scored to make it 4-2. So we're clawing our way back into this game, and our other substitutes should come on when the ball next goes out of play. Damn, 85 minutes gone, and we've been missing some good opportunities. Go on. Yeah, oh my god, it's 4-3. Could we do the impossible? Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. That would have been an epic first game on Lazy Football. We went 4-0 down, we pulled it back to 4-3. I guess it's not the worst result in the world. Let's see what we can do with our players. So before I leave you in today's video, I thought I'd show you guys the aftermath of the results or the match. And you can see here we've almost completed our upgrade for the training center. I think this is something that I'm going to be focusing on, as well as, the office and probably some other key areas of the match. But I did want to show you guys me just plugging in my players for training. I haven't really decided how, is the best way to really go about training here. I think I might just be training, my top guys and praying that they stay with us for the long run. Maybe Gutierrez can get some shooting because we are using him up front at the moment. And it's as simple as that, really. You literally just pick the player, pick what you want them to train them in, and yeah, they'll be done in 24 hours. Alongside the training centre, of course, the fitness centre is pivotal. This is where we will be recuperating that energy, so we probably just want to keep it simple and give the energy to, or energy recovery to, our best guy. And then, of course, we have a medical centre. If anybody did get injured, I don't think any of our players did get injured. No, they didn't. But I believe we can still check up on the player and, yeah, check up on some players. Why not? See if they're all okay. Alongside the training centre, of course, the fitness centre is pivotal. This is where we will be recuperating that energy, so we probably just want to keep it simple and give the energy to, or energy recovery to, our best guy. And then, of course, we have a medical centre. If anybody did get injured, I don't think any of our players did get injured. No, they didn't. But I believe we can still check up on the player and, yeah, check up on some players. Why not? See if they're all okay. And last but not least, we got some more daily packs for the video here today. Hopefully we can get some more dollars. I will say as well, guys, super easy to connect a wallet or make a wallet on this game. All you need to do is connect your socials, so super easy. And we will finish off the video with some more lazy dollars. Beautiful. So there you guys have it. There is an introduction to Lazy Football, and they have confirmed that if you do use my link in the description down below, you will receive 2 free packs with players in it to improve your side. So if you could do that using my link in the description down below, I would really appreciate it. Thank you once again to my amazing community for watching the video here today, and thank you to Lazy Football for sponsoring the video and the channel here today. If you guys have enjoyed, please remember to like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you guys in a future video. Peace.